Hello, darling, my old friend. I'm here to read for you again. Hello, Say Light and Love Tarot, or Hillary for short. Welcome or welcome back, my love. Happy Manifestation Monday. We're going to see what's going on with your manifestations, okay? I'm going to start off with... Should I get a backstory or not? I guess I'm being called to do that for a reason, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to see who I'm reading for. What has been going on around you lately? What's the archetypal energy? This does take me a minute to sort of lay the cards out and feel for the energy, so you can fast forward if you want because I know that it takes a second, okay? Alright, let's see. Oh, I meant to clear for you. Clear for you. Clearing for me. For moi. My mouth is getting all jumbled. I'm jumbling, tumbling over here. Okay, Spirit, my higher self, my darling's higher self, thank you so much for using me as a channel to guide and instruct. I ask for the most clear and concise messages, information, feelings, and sensations to come through for the betterment of my darling and for the highest good of everyone involved. Thank you so much, Spirit. And thank you for being here. Okay, Spirit, will you please pass through me, go into these cards, and let me know what's been going on for my darling. What has the energy been in their aura around them for their manifesting journey, what they're manifesting consciously and unconsciously or subconsciously. Unconsciously, let's see. Okay. You might be manifesting a lot of things in your sleep, actually. Maybe listening to like subliminals would be helpful. Subliminal YouTube videos overnight would maybe help you. Okay, Spirit, what's going on with my darling? I'm actually not going to feel for the cards. I'm going to just let them come out. So that was a last minute decision. The River. The Riddle. Double R's. You're silly. That's what's going on. You're a silly goose. What's going on? The Seed, the Father, the Maiden. You know, whenever I heard the Seed, I got an innuendo there, and then the Father came out, and that's, I mean, a productive seed is from a father, right? Obviously. The Maiden. Okay. The Stone is at the bottom. Okay, so what's going on with you? You want me to see that one too? The Fault Line. Okay. I feel like you've been trying to figure something out emotionally, okay? I feel like you've had a lot of things that have just been kind of hard to cross over. It's like you're looking for some sort of like bridging, something to bridge the gap here, okay? You're wanting something to get you over some emotional boundary, emotional barrier that you have right now, okay? Because it's like, it's almost like you can't stop the flow of it. Like there's this certain emotion here that you can't stop the flow of, and it's like you even try, I'm sort of getting that comedy energy. I got this a couple weeks ago, someone who's like using comedy to deal with some of their trauma, some of their hardships, right? And it's actually a good thing. Okay, so I feel like maybe you have been doing that. You've been trying to just kind of work through hard situations by making light of it, okay? But still subconsciously, still on a deeper level, you're like, okay, but for reals, for realios, y'all, can we figure out how to get through this? Because I can laugh about it, but I'm still kind of having a hard time processing it, okay? I feel like there's something here about a specific thought or a specific little nugget of information, a little download that is growing, or you're starting to realize that you're being made aware of it, and it's regarding sort of, it could be like a father wound possibly with the father, but the father energy is kind of like, you know, someone who's supposed to be providing, but it can also lead to absence, right? So there being this sort of, the one that we are, you know, intuitively supposed to lean on in the physical, right, can often be the one that abandons us when we need them most, right? Either way, I feel like there's something that's healing you, okay? The Maiden energy is very much like flourishing. It gives me like almost Empress energy, okay? Or like pre-Empress energy. So it's like finding that nurturing within yourself to help overcome some emotional wound that we have, possibly with father figures, or just feeling like abandonment in general. It could just be an abandonment wound in general, regardless of your father's situation. I feel like you're opening up, and this is kind of hard because you're sort of feeling the depth of the emotions here with this, right? And you're like, man, I kind of feel like I need to be stoic, okay? I feel like I need to be stoic with the stone energy, but really it's like, I'm thinking about like how fossils can still form even under rivers. Like there's this one lady that I see who finds like megalodon teeth, and they're always, or fossils, like they go diving in these rivers and find all of these teeth. And so it's like, even with your emotions flowing, that doesn't mean that like you're not cultivating some sort of strength here, right? You can let your emotions flow and still be strong. They're not mutually exclusive energies, okay? I feel like this is something that you're understanding. You're sort of opening up to this idea, like being strong, being stoic doesn't mean that I don't feel the range of emotions. I can make light of it, sure, but deep down, like it's something that I need to process and work through with the fault line. Like I really need to work through it instead of feeling certain feelings as bad. Feelings are just feelings. They're not bad, they're not good. They are just temporary emotions, okay? They are as temporary as circumstances. And when you're manifesting, it's really important that you take your 3D energy or your current state energy and you kind of view it as just like a loading screen, right? This is just temporary. Circumstances are temporary. Feelings are temporary. We're allowed to process them. They're allowed to flow. I feel like this is something that you're working on, okay? It's very beautiful energy. I feel like you've had some sort of breakthrough. I'm getting that seed sort of sprouting, right? And now I'm just kind of seeing this like giant sequoia, like just towering. You're like, oh, you were just once a wee little bab, but now you're, if you make a big enough hole through that tree, you could drive a car in there if it's small enough. I'm big enough to stop it. Oh my gosh, that joke. No, I'm not gonna. Someone is funny. That's what I'm gonna say. Someone is funny. Someone's funny. Okay. I don't know why I'm shuffling that. Why am I shuffling that? I just saw the Starborn. So I feel like you're out of this world. I feel like your energy's out of this world. For sure. Little star seed. Are you a star seed? I bet you're a star seed. A really funny one too. Okay, let's see what's going on with your manifestations. I'm going to get the Moonology Oracle deck to get a interview. Maybe you're manifesting an interview. Maybe you're interviewing your circumstances. You're interviewing yourself. Like, am I going to let this bother me? Something about an interview. Let's see an overview of the energy for your manifestation specifically. Okay, Spirit, what's going on with my darlings' manifestations? What are they manifesting? What do they need to be aware of? Okay. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Okay. I'm hearing South Park. Okay. The answers you need are coming. Anything else? Spirit's just like, just hold on. You ain't gotta have it all figured out. You don't gotta. It's okay. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. So, the answers you need are coming, and I feel like Gemini season, which is the next season after Taurus, is going to be very important for that. So if you just have some patience, okay, have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon, have some patience, be very clear about what you're communicating to the universe, okay? If you're telling yourself, I can't feel hard feelings, I can't have moments of doubt, I can't have moments of fear, because then I'm sabotaging myself and then I don't know what's happening and it makes me feel just as lost in my manifestations, then that's the energy that you're conveying. That's what is true for you, because that's what you believe. Whereas if you say feelings are just temporary, I can process them and I can feel them and I can have these moments of feeling down, but ultimately I know that it's just temporary, and I know that future me, who has my desires, who has my manifestations, is not worried about this time right now. I can find peace in that, and I can let that energy get out of my body instead of suppressing it and feeling like it's just building up and building up and building up. I don't have to do that. I can let it flow. The answers you need are coming. So this is just you choosing clarity even in the storm, okay? Even in the midst of all these chaotic energies, all of these chaotic feelings, feeling like it's interrupting something, right? You can just establish a knowing that, hey, it's the answers I need are coming, and the answer is what I get, what I desire is what I get. I get what I desire. This feeling sucks right now, and that's okay. I'm allowed to just process that. I can accept that sucky feelings are sucky. I'd rather just let it out, cry it out, scream it out, be mad it out, whatever. I'd rather do something with it to get it out of me than just keep holding it back and feeling like I'm messing up everything, because you're not messing up everything. Okay, let's get tarot. Okay, what's going on? Manifesting. What's going on with my darlings' manifestations? What's going on with my manifestations? I just saw the 5 of Wands and the 10 of Wands. So the Wands to me are always talking about soul, spirit, passion. It can be ego too. Sometimes our ego is an overhaul, which would tell us that we're messing everything up. I saw 11:22 on the clock. That would be the thing that's telling us that we're messing everything up, that we're not meeting the mark in some way. And I feel like with the 5 of Wands, 10 of Wands, it's saying like there's the competing energy is the only problem, right? So if you keep telling yourself a story that in any way your manifestations are going to be unattainable, then that's the only competition that you have with your manifestations, is that you believe that something that you're thinking currently, that something that you're doing currently can mess up everything in the long run. And it's just not true. You can let that burden go. You can just say, no, I can just fight it out. I can let these feelings get out. I can just feel it. Again, kind of a repeat message. I can process these feelings and not feel like I'm messing everything up. Yes, no matter what I'm doing, it's working out for me. Spirit wants you to know, 12:21, 12:22, self-reflection. First of self, and then your circumstances, how you're interacting with, other people, with your 3D, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. No matter what is going on, if you trust that things are working out one way or another, then that's what's happening. King of Pentacles, yeah. The King of Pentacles, it's like the King of Pentacles goes through hardships to build up the 10 of Pentacles, right? This is the King of Pentacles right here, working it up, right? Building it up. So the King of Pentacles feeling that abundance doesn't mean that it's flawless, doesn't mean that there's not hiccups, that there's not road bumps. It's just an understanding that no matter what temporary feelings, no matter what temporary circumstances I face, I know that I can manage to do whatever I set my sights on. If I just keep coming back to the version of myself that I want to be, that I desire to be, if I keep reminding myself that that is not a fairy tale, right? That's not impossible, that it's well in the range of possibilities, because crazy things happen all the freaking time. They do. If I can remind myself that, then I can feel my feelings and not feel like too serious about it. I can just trust that things are working out, right? Trust that things are working out. Keep working through it, even in the midst of the tangible, even when things feel like, am I really getting that far? I feel like I've been sitting here doing this forever. I feel like I've been doing this forever. When am I going to get it right? Just trust that because you're doing it, you've got it right, right? Whatever you're doing, you've got it right. Whatever methods you're using, you got it right. That's the mindset that we need to have. As long as I'm doing something towards it, it doesn't matter if I'm doing it begrudgingly. As long as I know I'm manifesting something and it's mine, then I'm doing it right. There's no messing it up, okay? There is no messing it up. Any other energy here? The Moon and the 2 of Wands. Okay. Moon and the 2 of Wands. Page of Swords. Excuse me. Sorry, I got an itchy nose. Got an itchy nose. Thank you, spirits. Confirmation. I get it. Oh, okay. So you might have a monitoring spirit. Okay. I don't really know much about that, but I'm getting that energy here. You might have a monitoring spirit. Oh goodness, so we got the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles wanted to show up. So, a monitoring spirit that is maybe feeding a fear that things aren't going to work out. Fearing taking action, possibly. Fearing actually pressing the big red button and doing the thing, right? So if you view this voice that is timid about taking action, taking inspired action towards whatever you want to do, if you view that as not you, as something outside of you, as a monitoring spirit, then you can easily reject those thoughts. Again, if the thoughts in your mind are telling you that you are not going to be successful, that it's not going to work out, that all of this is for nothing, this is stupid, I'm wasting my time, this is pointless, I don't see anything, so it's not real, that just view that as a monitoring spirit and just say, that's a version of me, that's a version of myself I don't want to subscribe to. Is that really the reality I want to subscribe to, where no matter what I do, it doesn't work out? Is that what I want to believe about myself? Is that what I want to choose? Then being aware of it, it's like you don't have to shun it. You can just be like, well, I mean, that's a fear. A fear is just temporary too. The more I do it, the more I'll feel more confident in my ability to manifest. The more I try other things. You can use logic. King of Swords there. You can use logic. So, yeah, it's like looking at that mindset and just being like, I get to subscribe. I get to choose the version of myself that I'm being. Do I want to be that version of myself? Or do I want to be the one who does the damn thing? Who was nervous to take actions, to put in effort, nervous to believe, nervous to be excited, nervous to do something new, to step out of my comfort zone. The Two of Wands is planning to step out of the comfort zone, really. Do I want to be that version of myself, or do I want to be the version of myself that does it and proves to myself how powerful I am? I want to be in strength. Leo energy. Wow. Oh my gosh. I think... No, it's Gemini, then Cancer, then Leo. Okay. Okay, let's see. What else do you want to... The sun! Oh my gosh, we've got two things here. The polar opposites. Moon and the sun. Yes, the best way to face your fears is to illuminate them. To make them aware. Don't hide them down. Don't suppress them. Don't beat yourself up for them. Don't make yourself feel like having fears is detrimental. Right? Enlighten yourself to them. Just be like, okay, I see that. I see that. I'm not going to try to like... It's funny because it's like you don't want to bright side your way into suppressing feelings. You want to acknowledge them. And with that acknowledgement and that processing, then you feel the freedom and the lightness of just being like, oh, there really wasn't anything to worry about after all. There wasn't a thing to worry about. Leo energy again. The King of Cups. Yeah, it's like once you enlighten yourself on these fears, on these worries, then the emotional balance comes in. You're just like, okay, I get it. I know. Things are scary. I know. I remember when I was trying to learn how to ride a bike and thinking that, you know, I'd never be able to do it because I keep falling and I'm scared of falling because what if I get hurt? What if I'm not able to do that? I remember that. But now it's second nature. I haven't ridden a bike in 20 years, but I could ride a bike again if I wanted to. This is the same thing. Manifesting, learning how to manifest, learning how to have confidence in yourself, learning how to believe in yourself, to be a different version of yourself that believes that you are more powerful than you realized before, or you realize even now. Once you keep doing it, it becomes like riding a bike, and you'll never lose that spark. You'll never lose that spark. Unless you refuse to, you know, put a light in the dark. You know, the only way you won't have a spark is if you don't transform the fear, right? Scorpio energy there with death on the bottom. Yeah, it's a transformation. It's a transformation. Yeah, because it's like, okay, transforming the way that you feel, because it's like feeling all of these fears are like child's fears. That's why I got the riding the bike energy, okay? Thank you, Spirit. Can you knock it off with the nostrils? You're trying to be silly. What, you want me to wear a clown nose? Is that what you want? My spirit, my higher self, your higher self has a good sense of humor. Just leave the no's alone, okay? But children fear taking opportunities. They don't always. Sometimes there's just excitement, but when kids start doing things, they might feel a little intimidated if they don't get it first try. They might feel like, oh, I'm not good at it, but they got to get back up, right? You got to get back up. Don't believe false fears. Don't believe false messages that you tell yourself. Don't beat yourself for having those fears, but work through them, right? Transform them into empowerment. You can either let these fears and these feelings of like, it's just, I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm not going to be able to create it. This is not possible for me. You can let that be something that inhibits you, or you can let that be something that fuels you. Like, oh, I feel like that. Can you imagine how good and how proud I'm going to feel of myself whenever I actually do the thing? Like, because I'm having such a hard time now, I want that to be motivation for me. I don't want that to be discouraging. I want that to be motivation for me. Okay, what else do we have here for manifesting for my darling? Anything else? Okay, I kind of feel like that's the current energy, right? Can you tell me upcoming energy? Like, what's changing in my darling's energy with their manifestations as they get these answers, as they find these answers within, enlightenment with the sun. As you find these answers, you give yourself the answers. 5 of Cups, so you transform. Instead of looking at the negative aspects of life where things never pan out, things always like you always fumble something, it never is what it seems, it's always unsatisfying. Instead of viewing life that way, we transform it, okay? We process that grief 100%. We realize I'm so burdened by my own beliefs that it's hard for me to push through. But I get to choose if that's what I want to see, because behind me there are 2 cups. 1, 2. First self, and then how yourself interacts with others, with the 3D, with circumstances, okay? So we get to choose what we're focusing on. Yeah, there's more cups right here. There's definitely, when you are so used to seeing the worst or expecting the worst or not feeling optimistic, you know, then it's easier to see more of that same energy and to feel that. So I feel like what's changing is that you're going to turn around. Look, this person is facing this way and this person is facing the opposite way. So it's like you turn around and you decide, I'm going to put in the effort. Okay, it's heavy either way. It's heavy to believe in a reality where I never get what I want. Things don't work out. The love is lost. The jobs are lost. People are gone. The friendships aren't true. Nothing works out. It's heavy to live that way, and it's also heavy to change my mind, to change my soul path. Either way, it's hard. Either way, it's heavy, but one's worth the effort and the other one isn't. You turn around and you face that. That's what's happening, is you facing that. Like, it's going to be hard either way. So I can either stand defensive to everything. I can either be like, I just, you know, it's too much. It's too hard. I feel like this is changing. This is, you're just like, I get to push through. I get to leave this aspect of reality, this feeling guarded and wounded and hurt all the time. I get to leave that if I just acknowledge it and choose to do something different without shaming myself. I love that energy. This is heavy processing. That's the death card energy right there. That's transforming that grief. It's acknowledging that it's there. It's acknowledging that things have hurt for a while. It's not shunning it though. It's making different choices with a loving heart because you love yourself, right? It's so good. It's actual true like optimism versus avoiding pessimism out of fear. 2 completely different energies, right? Yeah, okay. What else is happening soon? What else is changing? The Star. Hope, healing, wish fulfillment, a renewal of some sort. Realizing that what we pour our time and energy and emotions into matters, right? Look, watering the grass around, but also pouring water into your emotions, nurturing your emotions, nurturing your 3D, and feeling that vulnerability, being okay with that vulnerability, okay? This person is in a very compromising position. I've never noticed this before, but there's a bird back here on this tree, so you might get some sort of message or hear some sort of you might hear a message or something of encouragement that really relights a spark within you, because that bird is orange, and that's all about, like, orange is the solar plexus, which is all about confidence, right? Yourself, feeling worthy, feeling strength, right? Aquarius energy though. So, I feel like maybe there was something that happened in Aquarius season, okay, that has been hard for you to process. And so that's why you maybe feel like it's just not going to work out, because it's been like this long, right? It's been 5 months, basically. It's been 5 months. It's been 4 months. It's just been too long. So I feel like that's changing. And I feel like you're going to feel more confident. I mean, even the water jugs that this person is pouring from are orange. You know? Interesting stuff. And I'm getting drawn to how the sun is the closest star in our solar system to Earth. So it's almost like the healing. Oh man, there's been so much energy about the sun. You might really need to go get some vitamin D naturally out in the sun. Take time after the workday or whatever to just go outside for a few minutes and just let the sun cleanse your energy, cleanse your aura, cleanse you. Like, with that intention, make that something. That's coming through. There's been so much about light, sunlight specifically, like that's what I've been hearing. So cleansing your energy with sunlight, and that may be helping you feel like a release of some sort too. The Emperor and the King of Wands are down here. Yeah, it's gonna bring back your mojo, okay? You're gonna feel like, man, I really am all that in a bag of potato chips. I really am the top dog of my life. I really do have full control over my reality. It really is in my hands. And I don't know why I would ever doubt myself. Talk about feeling confident. These two are the most confident. The most confident, okay? So you're gonna get your confidence back. I love this. Okay, is there any other messages that you want to come out, Spirit, that you want? Yeah, you want to come out. You want to come out. Maybe one of you wants to come out. I don't know. 4 of Wands there. Okay, so I'm getting told, okay, whenever you have a decision here, whether or not to, should I stay or should I go now? To stay in or go out, it might be good if you really love the energy of the people who are inviting you out. It might be good for you to go out, to get out of the house. Now, it's funny because the 4 of Wands can also be the house, so maybe if you are invited out to certain celebrations or weddings or something, some sort of party that celebrates people that you actually really love, that you feel have a special place in your heart and soul, resist the urge to just kind of like hide yourself away, to just stay home, or invite these people over to you. Let these people in, okay? You get to choose happy though. 2 of Swords is a choice, and 4 of Wands is happy stability. It's so happy. I love it. It's so happy. Okay. What else do you want me to tell my darling here? Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine. 8 of Wands. So it's gonna be happening faster than you realize. Energy shifts really fast. You can't, what is that thing? Energy is neither created nor destroyed. It just changes. So I'm holding this the wrong way, aren't I? No, I'm not. I'm holding it the right way. Energy shifts fast, okay? So one little belief change, one little acceptance of yourself goes a long way, and the more you do it, the easier it gets. We've got double 8s out here, so 88 could be significant, okay? 88 could be significant. Gonna be getting a lot of messages soon, possibly. Messages that you want to hear. Emperor, Hanged Man, 6 of Swords, 7 of Wands is popping out too. So I feel like, yeah, there's a different perspective, and I'm seeing like the star energy here at the head. A different perspective that's putting you back in your power, right? But it's an active choice that you have to make. You can either view situations that leave you hanging, that make you feel like you're kind of stuck. You can view it as something that is a trap, or you can view it as something that is allowing you to stretch. She looks like she's having a good time, actually. She's like, I don't mind this little swing right here, actually. Fine, if I'm going to be stuck here, I might as well just get comfortable, you know? I might as well get comfortable. And that's you taking your power back, right? It's not going to be this hard forever, okay? It's really not. We're moving past this energy. We're moving into feeling more emotionally stable, to recognizing how we have used our thoughts and logic to feel like we are in perpetual emotional dissatisfaction, because this boat is surrounded with water. They're in a storm, right? So this is going to change soon, or this is changing soon, but it's active awareness. You have control over where this boat goes, right? So if you want to steer this boat into the eye of the storm to make it seem like everything's fine, which would be like you navigating out of fear, right? Navigating out of fear, processing feelings, so then just kind of avoiding it, kind of shutting it down. You're just like, oh, everything's fine. Everything's fine. See, I'm optimist. I'm optimistic. I'm positive. I'm not feeling my fears. Everything's fine. But on the outskirts of this eye of the storm is insanity. Okay, so you gotta work through it. You gotta get past the eye, get through the hard part. Okay, allow it to flow, acknowledge that it sucks, acknowledge that you've had this fear about it, and then just go, right? Steer your boat in the right direction. Your boat being your mind thoughts. Okay, every thought that you have, every belief that you have is a thought vehicle to a different version of yourself, of your feelings. Okay, 7 of Wands. Just trust that no matter what you do, you are protected. Look at her in this bubble, this crystal wand bubble. Not crystal wand. Crystal wand. I kind of want a crystal wand. Oh, this is like a crystal wand. You need me to clear you again. Clearing. Take deep breaths. Clearing. You got this, okay? You're safe. You're protected, okay? Especially if you believe it, right? You gotta believe it. You can just be like, it sucks that I feel like I have to protect myself. It sucks that that's how it's been. But I trust that I have what it takes, you know, to feel confident in my skin. I have what it takes. It's okay. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be okay. All right. Anything else? It's kind of like the chaos energy, y'all. This is like the chaos. Ace of Swords. I freaking knew that was going to come out. Ace of Swords, 2 of Wands, the World, 4 of Wands. I knew that wanted to come out. Okay, epiphanies, breakthroughs, mental breakthroughs, spiritual downloads, recognizing that you're not waiting for anything outside of you to give you what you want, because you are connected to God's source energy. That is where your soul is tethered, right? You are the same. So it's not like you're having to pray and waiting for some magical genie, you know, with a white beard in the clouds, whose name is God, to say, okay, yes, you've been good enough. Okay, yes, you've been positive enough. That's just not true. And once you realize this, and you're just like, oh, I'm understanding something. I'm learning something here. I can now communicate in an effective way that maybe has potential to lead me to better thought processes without denying that that's what I've thought for a while, right? 2 of Wands, taking action, going out, stepping outside of your comfort zone. What thoughts have I been thinking that are not beneficial but are my comfort zone? The thoughts that I can fuck everything up. I'm taking the control I have over my life and I'm spinning it in a negative light. And that's not, it's something I'm used to, but it's not in my comfort zone, okay? So we're changing this, we're closing this out, we're upgrading, right? You're aware of this, and now you're like, I get to freaking be happy. I get to reflect on everything that I've overcome. I get to see how far my soul has come, that I've even learned these things, that I'm even attracting this type of message into my life, that I'm attracting energy that tells me that I'm good enough. That tells me that my soul has been in alignment, even when it doesn't feel like it. I'm learning how to ride this bike, and I get to celebrate my accomplishments, and I get to trust that this is something that is I can rely on, I can lean on, I can build stability with this. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah. You're like, I don't have to be like apprehensive emotionally about feeling nirvana. complete bliss. Bliss is necessary. Bliss also exists for me feeling safe and not judged for having my emotions. It's just all about the belief, right? I can feel my emotions and still not ignore that there is this magical cup, this magical, spirit of mine that can push through all of this feeling of dissatisfaction, of boredom, all of that. You can push through it to bliss by feeling it and still saying, I acknowledge that I have another way here, right? I can feel two things at once. Two things can be true at once. That's what we should adopt. Two things can be true at once for manifesting. I can have hard feelings. I can cry it out. I can let them be flowing through me. And I can trust that I'm allowed to feel blissful, that I'm going to get what I want. Two things can be true at once. Darling, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that this resonated for you. I'm not even going to close out with any oracle decks. I feel like that was the message. So I really love your energy. If you feel like you're not doing good enough, I have to tell you, your energy is freaking fantastic, even in the hard stuff. Even with the hard stuff. So I can just tell you that once you have this realization, right, once you really adopt that and embrace that and say, that's freaking true, amen, yeah, two things can be true at once. That doesn't change anything for me. I'm freaking magnificent. I'm hilarious even, right? Once you realize that, then, I'm telling you, rapid energy change. Rapid energy change. Okay. Tomorrow's Taco Tuesday. We're going to see who is talking about you. So I hope to see you there, but if not, that's cool too. If you liked this video, I'm going to do this for like the first time. If you like this reading, please do me a big favor and hit the like button. Maybe leave a comment, let me know, okay? It helps the algorithm, okay? It helps the algorithm, and I appreciate it so much. I read all the comments, and like, I'm trying to get back into responding to comments more frequently. My energy was weird. Two things can be true at once. I'm okay at what I do, and my energy was weird. So yeah, I will absolutely respond to you in time, so in some amount of time. All right, if not, that's cool. Okay, all right, I'm done. Take care. I love you so much. Take care. Ta-ta.